Start it off. Hi, I'm Megan.
I am Rebecca. We're Larkin Poe from Atlanta, Georgia.
And you're listening to A-Sides.
Hi.
Wow, music really needs you guys so badly.
Oh,
So badly! Wow. That was great.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing 3 songs.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Do you guys want to do like 3 more and I'll just sit here awkwardly?
Absolutely.
It's the closest I'll get to being musical.
Come on, let's do it.
Yeah? I'll sit on the kick drum.
That'd be
Wait,
great.
I would get
You can
kicked.
weight it down.
There's
Okay,
a
kick. That
cowbell
makes
back
it-
there if you wanted to like join in on
Explore the studio space.
Listen, I would be an unofficial member.
All right. In White Plains, you're our White Plains contingent?
Yeah.
All right, great.
I'll be the ugly one in the band.
Oh, please.
Oh, please. You're a beautiful woman. So, guys, talk to me about, I know you just played Conan, and now you're playing my classroom, so thank you. That's really cool. Let's work it in reverse, and it's an upgrade. And
Absolutely.
You just played Conan, right?
We did.
Yeah.
It was really
So
cool.
talk to me about it.
So we actually didn't know that we were going to do it until I think it was about 12 hours before we went and performed in the studio space.
Really?
So we were backstage at a gig in Riverside, California, and we were opening for Elvis Costello. And so an artist apparently fell through on the bill for Conan's show the following night. So we had a knock on our dressing room door, and EC was actually on the phone talking to the talent booker. And so
Wow.
Elvis was kind of like, hey, do you want to do Conan? And it was just kind of like, well, yes, of course. And so then 12 hours later, we drove back to Los Angeles, and we amazingly had a day off and just went in and filmed it. And Conan was so cool. He's such a music lover, and he was wandering around on set playing guitar all day. And so it really it was very chill.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So talk to me about Elvis Costello. So, I mean, you know him for a long time now.
Yeah.
So is he like a father figure, like a creepy uncle? Like, how would you describe him?
Oh, you know, what would we describe him?
I mean, he's such a huge influence.
He's a
for you
huge
guys.
influence. He's a big mentor.
Yeah.
I think
he's
I
a
might use the
mentor.
word mentor.
Mentor?
It's less like familiar, like at this point I do feel like we're a family, and when we harmonize with EC, it really feels like family harmony. But I would say he has taken he's like a spirit guide for us creatively.
He's your Yoda.
He's our
Basically.
Yoda.
Yeah.
He's our Yoda, exactly.
yeah.
And he's imparted so much knowledge to us and really spent a lot of his time, I don't know, giving us food for thought that he wouldn't necessarily have to do, except that I think he does feel a connection.
Absolutely. We've been going out with him for 9 years now. It's
That's
unbelievable.
And this tour was probably my favorite that we've ever done with him. It always grows and morphs and becomes something special and really cool.
I mean, you guys are both still so young, but like I feel like you're veterans, right? Because like just looking at all the stuff that you've done already. So talk to me the difference between backing up an artist and opening up for an artist. And then headlining. Like just the different levels, because I mean, you guys must be sponges at this point, right? Just taking everything in?
At this point, I would say that we still are sponges for sure. I mean, we've been touring now for a decade.
Yeah. So,
So-
we do feel like veterans.
We do. We've been put in like pretty much any uncomfortable situation you can imagine being put in as an artist. We've kind of been there, and I think that we take that as a huge credit. I think it's the kind of dues that every artist worth their salt has to pay. That's what we keep telling ourselves.
Yeah. Well, I would
You know?
think yeah.
And it is. I think it's a really good exercise as artists to get up on stage and be sparkly and try to be all encompassing. Like, oh, look at me and don't look away, kind of a headline band. But then learning how to be supportive of somebody else on stage. And also the relaxation that comes with that, to be able to be on stage with somebody like Elvis or Conor Oberst or Kristian Bush of Sugarland, and just be a supporting figure to their stardom on stage, because they're masters at their craft. They've been doing it for years and years.
It also gives like an inside look to how somebody else runs their show.
How
and
they
their
manage a
business.
crowd and their business, and
You learn a lot for sure. And something like Elvis's show is really interesting, the Detour Tour, where we're opening and then we're with him, we kind of run the gamut. We get to have everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you're touring right now
we are.
in support of a new record.
We are.
Do you like that segue?
I love
Isn't
that
awesome?
segue. I know you just kind of
See what I just you know what I mean?
Exactly. We see what you're doing.
You know what I'm doing?
We're picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
So yes, the new record is reskinned, and it's sort of I like to use the word before we started filming, reimagining, and it is a reimagining of our debut record, Kin. We released Kin, I guess, almost
A while ago.
a while ago.
A few years back.
A few years
It's
at
like
some
two
point.
two
Yeah.
years ago, but you
Two
probably
years
had those
ago.
songs like down a lot. longer.
Yeah, I think that's the case with
Yeah.
most artists' debut records. But we were touring in support of Kin, and we were in Europe, and we were playing in Germany. And so Universal Vertigo, some of their team came out and watched our show, and they had fallen in love. They'd been listening to our record Kin and really wanted to license it. And we, of course, wanted that relationship. They're a really reputable company, and they've signed a lot of our favorite records and bands and released them in Europe with a big PR push. And so we wanted that relationship, but we also felt like at that point in time we had changed enough.
Yeah, we've been touring. We played like Glastonbury, so with bigger stage, your sound gets bigger. And I think people who've been following our career for a while would know that we started off in really, really rootsy music. And now if you came to a show, it would be like rock and roll music.
Right.
And so we had kind of been shifting it more into the rock and roll stage.
A few steps beyond
We were like, could we do some new songs maybe? So we ended up writing and recording 5 new tracks just last fall. So just really a few months ago. And so now we took those 5 tracks and then our favorites from Kin, and that's reskinned.
Exactly.
Nice.
So now we're touring in support of it.
Now, you guys aren't going to go like full Kanye now, right? Where you're going to just keep tweaking everything?
No, I
He's
mean,
tweaking. He's going to his back catalog now and tweaking.
I think,
Yeah.
generally speaking, it's better to leave records as they are and move on and have a fresh start. And this really was kind of
Interesting situation.
an interesting situation to be
Oh,
put in.
you guys finish each other's sentences.
I know we do.
That's awesome.
Oh, you have no idea. And we've been together, I mean, on the EC tour, we were making on average, probably 8-hour drives a day, and then playing shows. And we were in a sedan, touring across the Midwest and the West Coast.
We become very familiar with each other.
Oh, yeah. We
Yes,
couldn't
I
be
bet.
more on top of each other. Like, we're definitely we're on the same brainwave, I would say, at this point.
Yeah.
Pretty securely.
And I am dead serious about this. I've never seen, I've had a lot of artists on this show, and I've never seen 2 people have more fun. Like dead serious, while playing.
We
It's
do
awesome.
have fun. We
Yeah.
really do.
You really love what you're doing.
We do.
And I love that you call Elvis Costello EC, because you know what I call him?
What do you call him?
Elvis Costello.
Do you really?
That's what I call him.
Do you know what his real name is?
That's my nickname for him. Is
Elvis Costello?
Yeah.
Because his real name is Declan McManus.
Yes.
That's
I know.
intense. But he's lovely.
Did
yeah.
you just say that so I could tag that name on the
Exactly.
video? Thanks.
And give it
You
an
know,
eye connection.
a little extra hits. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Elton John, I think, is Reginald Duke.
Yes.
So let's just share original rock
Let's do
people's
it.
names.
Come
I mean,
on. All these
the hell with your career.
I
Let's just
know.
play name games
You
with
know,
bands.
okay, another fun thing. Actually,
Pete Best was in the Beatles until he wasn't. Okay. go
Until
ahead.
he wasn't. Joan Jett. Do you know what her real last name is?
No.
Larkin.
Really?
Joan Larkin. Or we can now move on.
Why these rock and roll people, their original
They have to
names
change
are
their name.
almost crazier than the
Yeah.
rock
Yeah.
name?
Yeah. It's Joan Larkin.
Joan
I'll
Larkin.
never look at her the same way again.
No, sorry, Jet. You've lost something to
Bummer.
me. Your shine is gone.
I'm gonna have to compose myself a little bit. Can we take a break? Yeah, thanks. This is live.
This is live.
No,
Live TV.
It's really not. So, you guys have played so many festivals. I love how you just talk about it. Just, we played Glastonbury and then EC and whatever, which is great because, I mean, I can tell you what I did in my 20s, and most of it involved food and video games. So, but talk to me about what the summer's going to bring for this, because I know you're touring for now and you're going abroad, but it's festival season. So, I mean, are you going to start hitting some festivals? You probably
We
can't tell me.
are.
You're going to be like, we can't tell you.
No, actually, we can
Yeah?
now finally. So we
Okay.
we got booked at Glastonbury again this year, which was a
Awesome.
really big feather in the cap. That was cool. We're playing at Great Escape, which is a really big European UK festival.
Nice.
And then my favorite one, so we're playing, it's apparently, we've heard stories about it. It's 2 dual festivals that happen within like an hour's drive of each other in Germany. It's Rock am Park and Rock im Ring.
Okay.
And they're bands like Black Sabbath and
What?
Rival Sons and like so many bands that I love that are on the bill. And also Larkin Poe is on the bill. So we're going to go play our set and then
Oh,
we're
who
just
are
going to
they?
go. I know. They're really, really
Who
kick-ass
is that?
band out of Atlanta,
Is that
Georgia.
the Joan Jett duo?
Exactly. The John Larkins. But yeah,
John
I'm really
Larkins.
excited. So we're going to go play our sets and then we're going to just like just go rock out
That's
for the rest
awesome.
of the festival.
Do you guys appreciate that I didn't even ask you an Edgar Allan Poe question? Because I'm assuming
Yes.
that that's the first thing. Like, it's so annoying, right? Like, I interviewed Elle King last year, and like, yeah, she's Rob Schneider's daughter, but I'm not going to ask her about Rob Schneider. 'Cause,
Right.
You know, it's so lame.
It is interesting.
That's probably the first go-to. Because journalists, right, they go, who are you calling a journalist, right? You're like, you're not a journalist, obviously. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't sell yourself short.
No, I don't. No, that was my compliment for myself. No, but point of reference with everything. So they're just kind of and just looking for something that's accessible. But
Same thing. People
But,
want to
you
know
know?
about Edgar Allan Poe, and they want to
Yeah.
know if we fight.
yeah.
That's
That's
So
generally.
did you guys play in bands when you were little? And did you do theater when you were younger? I don't really care because your music's good, and I just want to talk about your
Thank
music.
you.
So.
Thank you.
So what's it like having Edgar Allan Poe as a no, I'm just kidding. All right, well, guys, you're more than welcome to play this classroom anytime.
Thank you so much.
Or anywhere where I'm there as well.
Yay!
Yeah,
Thank
so,
you. This has been a
thank
really
you.
big blast.
Awesome. Like on the level of Conan, to me, it's a
Oh,
like,
Conan, you. Conan,
Yeah?
you.
Yeah?
Listen to the girl.
Is it gonna reverse in the car?
Like,
That guy was a little strange, right?
God, could he have been any more creepy?
Really?
No, we like y'all. Y'all are good people. Thank
Awesome.
you for having us on.
Thank you so much.
Let's do the white person handshake, shall
Yeah,
we?
that was so white. Thank you. Awesome.